Hello, everybody. How are you today? I hope everybody is feeling good. Today is a very special night for us because we have our meeting. And to start, I'm going to start singing a couple of songs, preparing the the preparing the place, preparing our heart to listen and kept all the words that our brother is going to talk tonight. So the first one is calling scheduling with Jesus. Oh, scheduling meeting. At I fall in Capernaum, Peter house so simple, just a little one. Filled with peace, harmony, and light. Listen to eternal words of Jesus Christ. I imagine myself sitting over there among John, Peter, James, Andrew, Levi, on the shore of the lake of Gennesaret, sowing his soul forever, seeds of faith, and I still a child in that place who knows baby Jesus Christ would take me to walk on the backyard of their house by moonlight, feeling the light that breathes the perfume of the sea. You said it to me, it's time for you to return. We'll meet again on your gospel home. We'll meet again in your gospel at home. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our meeting. I have a special song to sing today. Song to Mother Zephyrina. Source of love that radiates, warming up our cold night, support and comfort, support and comfort. As days flow down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in our good. The solution lies in our good. Oh, my mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings. Make your small son a good Christian. Make your small son a good Christian. Now a little bit calmer. When life lends a hand, it's time to open up heart. It's time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate the waves, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate the waves, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate away, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate away, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity.
Sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's not so close. Sometimes we build our dreams, but then we see them decompose. When you feel down the dumps, feeling sad and blue, give life a chance, my friend, the sun will shine again on you. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Have little faith in you. Maybe tomorrow you can dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, it doesn't mean the end. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Sometimes okay to feel blue. Have little faith in you. Dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, your dreams can get you through. Have little faith in you.
Jesus, and when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, Jesus, they never we apart. Please bring all your light to shine inside my heart. Jesus, Jesus, I can be content. I have your endless love and your protecting hand.
Comme la nuit tombée à Capharnaüm, la maison de pierre si simple, un foyer commun, s'emplissait de paix dans son cœur chacun, recueillait les paroles de lumière du Maître divin. Il me plaît de rêver, de me trouver aussi aux côtés de Jean, Simon, Jacques, André et Lévi, de planter dans nos âmes la sémence de la foi. La sémence que Jésus nous donne et qu'un jour poussera. Et je m'imagine enfant à cet endroit-là, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre. J'entendrai sa voix à dire tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra. Et je m'imagine enfant à cet endroit-là, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre. J'entendrai sa voix à dire tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra. Et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our public meeting. We thank everyone for joining us tonight. Before we start, we would like to share a couple of announcements. We ask you to turn your phone notifications and find a quiet place during this time if possible. Our meeting will have a 30 minutes presentation followed by a Q&A. Following the presentation, we will also have a spiritual treatment with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. We also would like to share that for those who want to learn more about Spiritism, we have a free and online course that is the Get to Know Spiritism, and it will happen every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. East, and there will be a new class starting on September 10th. So stay tuned because we will be sharing more information about this course soon. We also invite everyone to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube from the Spiritism Canada and Spiritist group Path of Light. And now we will get started with the opening prayer, and I invite everyone to join me in the prayer. So let's close our eyes if you feel comfortable in doing so. Let's calm our hearts and elevate our thoughts to our Master Jesus and the friendly spirits that are here with us tonight. Thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity to be here one more night, learning about your teachings, your gospel, and the love and kindness. We ask for your blessing and protection for all the work that will be done tonight. And we trust that you will be with us today and always. So be it. So, we also would like to announce that our public meeting is being retransmitted today by Continental Concafras Americas through their Facebook, and will also be retransmitted every Wednesday at 8 p.m. East by Kardec Radio through their Facebook. Everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and we will address the questions at the end of the talk. The topic of today's meeting will be True Purity, Unclean Hands, from Chapter 8, Blessed are the Pure of Heart, items 8 to 16, to 17, sorry, which will be facilitated by our brother Rod from Ottawa. So now, without further ado, let's invite our tonight's speaker. Welcome, Rod. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm trying to come in. Hello, Larissa. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. Thank you for your presentation.
Okay, so now the floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, let me just share my screen. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's an honor for me being here again. Tonight, I will be talking about the Gospel according to Spiritism, following the sequence of chapter 7, Blessed are the Pure of Heart, and I will talk about items 8 to 17. And this is a very interesting chapter because we have this very interesting topics, because we will see amazing quotes from Jesus where he is trying to explain to us how can we develop this purity of heart and be a better person. And to start, I'm bringing here a quote from the manual, from the book The Consoler, when he's saying to us, this effort must start with self-control, with the discipline of selfish and inferior feelings, with guiding ourselves by the testimony of the sacrifice of the other souls. And here Emmanuel is saying, how can we do our self-enlightenment? How can we evolve? How can we be a better person? And I like to ask you, is this an easy path. It's an easy path for us to get this evolution, right? And probably we will think, okay, that's not an easy path because it's really hard for us to change. As we know, any change it's hard to apply, right? Because we follow some rules and we have some beliefs, then we sometimes we don't really understand where they come from, and these changings will demand from us to look inside, right? We need to look ourselves with all the attention, then we can start changing things. And today we will discuss about that because the true purity is not clean our hands, as we will see here in this conversation with Jesus and the scribes and the Pharisees, where they come to him and ask, why do your disciples violate the tradition of the ancients? For they do not wash their hands when they eat their meals. And here we can start seeing on that moment, Jesus was with the disciples, they are not following certain rules from that society. And it's good for us to ask ourselves all the rules, all the habits we have today, where they are coming from. They are helping us to be a better person, or sometimes they are just making our lives and our family lives, our friends' lives harder because we don't know exactly what we are doing, but we are just following, like blind side, just following steps without asking why we are doing that. And here we have Jesus answering this question when he's showing, like, okay, um, yeah, he is saying, hear and understand this well. It's not what enters the mouth that defiles the person, but what comes out of the mouth of the person. And here Jesus mentioned that because, well, what comes from our heart, right, when we say something, that is our core. That congregates our beliefs. Everything that we are, it's connected to that. And good and bad things. And here it starts the opportunity for us to start thinking about what we are saying, what we are doing, and paying attention on that will show us very, very clear what we are, right? Because I know that happened with me all the time because I think about myself as okay, I am so good. I know a lot of things. I do great things. But this happened with me, and maybe it's happened with you as well. Like, we have a self-image and we think we are great, right? We are so good in many things. But then when we stop that illusion and start seeing, okay, what I'm doing, what I'm saying. And of course, we will also discover what we are thinking. And then we'll see, maybe I'm not that person that I'm thought I am. And here is Jesus clear in saying that what define us as a person is what comes from our mouth, like what would we say. And of course, because when we say something, we also have to think about that. And also saying, like, the mouth say what the heart is full, right? And here we start discovering one path where we can change, right? And here Jesus is also saying, every plant that my heavenly Father has not planted will be uprooted. And that means the religions, the acting, the habits, all those that not come from our Heavenly Father will not resist through the proof of time. We know that. Look in our history as a human being, many uh, things like great empires, like they all follow, right? Because they all fall down because they were not planted by God. They were not supposed to exist. They are not bringing good things to humanity. They do not survive. And this is in all these different scenarios. And here we can start thinking when he says, they are the blind who lead the blind. If one blind man leads another, both fall into the pit. And he is advising us. Maybe we are the blind who people will follow, or maybe we are following as a blind that we are another one. And it's time for us to wake up. It's time to us to open our eyes, start seeing things. And I'm not saying we should see the others' actions, but we should pay attention to ourselves. Not don't need to be the great things, just go for small ones, because those small acting in our daily life will show a lot of us, right? And then our relationship, first with ourselves, then with our family and friends, and what we do through the work we've done. If you have someone who work for us, how we treat them, all those acting can show us if we are the blind or if you start seeing things. And just then we can start changing things, right? And here the conversation of Jesus with the Pharisee, he's saying, however, the inside of your heart is full of greed and iniquity. How foolish you are. Did not he who made the outside also make the inside? And this is a good question because on that time and today, right, we're still paying a lot of attention on the exterior, not only from ourselves, but from others. We know that with social media, there is a lot of exposition on the internet, and we judge and receive the judgment by the way we look, but not the way we act in certain ways. And for sure, not the way we are inside. Well, we don't need to show anyone, but we need to make that clear for ourselves, because the hardest part is that we are not only trying to foolish people around by pretending be a better person than we really are, but we are doing that with ourselves. And here is where the worst kind of blind, because we are truly trying to keep the reality about ourselves away. In doing so, we just make harder for us to change, because we are not really seeing, right, what we are. It's not a matter of washing our hands or preparing ourselves, buying a nice clothing, but it's what we can do it, right? And the formula is easy. I cannot say it's easy to do it, right? But it's really easy to understand because Jesus taught all of that to us. We already know. And with the help of the spirits, through the Spirit's book or the Gospel according to Spiritism and many others, they gave us the information we need to do this change. But depends on us, right? We cannot do the change for others. They cannot do the change for us. We need to act in this transformation. And Jesus is saying, why do you yourselves violate the commandment of God to follow your tradition, right? And Well, how many tradition we still have? And worst, how many traditions are we creating without any reason, or at least not connected to help us to be a better person? Tradition that can be a habit that not help us with anything, and just making us lost in time for this life. And we know, as a spirit being, we have many lives in sequence, and maybe we are wasting a lot of time with uh, many actions of distraction, right? Let's try to keep ourselves a little bit more focused in ourselves and trying to improve. And here is the Isaiah uh, words from Jesus saying, "In vain these people honor me with their lips, teaching human maxims and ordinances, but they are not doing things." And this is another difficult we have, right? Even now, I'm here telling you a lot of things, but I need to act, right? It's not only, there is nothing will change if you just keep saying words. I need to really do the practice, as all of us need to practice. The same occurred with Christ's moral doctrine. And this is from the item when the spirits tell us that same that happened before during Christ's time is happening again, because all of us can follow the same steps if you are not really paying attention, right? And they saying many Christians came to believe that their salvation was more thoroughly guaranteed by means of outward practice than by morality. And here is the well balance of life, where we need to, of course, we have a lot of practical things to do it in our life, our work, our relationship. There's no problem about that, but we need to have a close eyes to our moral, our acting, and trying to understand how can we transform ourselves. And again, not only learning about Jesus and how all his teachings, but also trying to practice them, which is as again is not complex to understand, but sometimes it's really hard for us because we still have a lot of our past practice, right? Our bad habits, and those make our lives complicate. We make our lives complicate, right? It's not enough, therefore, to put on appearance of purity. Above all, one must be pure of heart. Yeah, again, in our reality, there is a lot of importance of the image. What we need to start thinking is what part of the image that we have today is true, and what part of that image I want to keep in my reality, and also how can I really start doing things that I'm trying to show people that I'm doing. And again, we don't need to tell anyone. This is us with ourselves, right? Every time we need to ask ourselves, okay, what I'm doing and what I can do to do better in following Jesus' teachings, right? And here is a nice question. What is the purpose of religion? Well, you may ask, okay, any religion? Like, yes, I'm asking you not only about Spiritism, but any religion. What should be, maybe is the best question, this proposal? And the answer is easy. The purpose of the religion is to lead people to God. But people cannot reach God unless they are perfect. And we know that because even Jesus said, right? We should seek perfection as God's perfection. And to get there, the path is to learn from God's teachings. And we know that because Jesus brought all that knowledge from us. And here it's really, really clear question that we can ask ourselves. Our religion is moving us to the perfection. Our religion is moving us to a better self, a better person. And here I wanna be really clear. It's not only the label of the religion, but the way we see that, and above all, the way we feel, right? I am Spiritist. How I'm seeing my religion is the way I'm seeing, the way I'm practicing, the way I'm acting on it is making me a better person. If yes, great, let's continue. If not, how can I adjust that? Because I'm pretty sure it's not the religion my problem, but it's myself, right? And then we have here this understanding saying, consequently, any religion that does not enable people to become better does not meet its objective. My religion makes me a better person? Yes. Okay, let's follow the steps. If I'm not doing better following my religion, maybe there is a false principle on that. Maybe the foundation is not good enough. Is that religion make me a person who care about the others, trying to solve the problem of the society, trying to solve my own internal problem, my moral problems? That religion is make me think, how can I change myself? All those questions will help us understand if our religion is giving us the right path of transformation. Woe to the world because of scandals, for it is necessary the scandals come, but woe to the person through whom the scandal comes. And here in this maxim, we have the idea about scandals, right? What are those? Well, we can understand the scandal as something wrong, right? Something who is not helping anyone. Sometimes and on that society that can cause some surprising, or people is getting upset about that. But in here we can also understand that a moral problem, right? Everything who can be a vice can be something that is not matching with the good path of moral. And then we understand that, okay, in here we are seeing the scandal will happen because it's as an opportunity for learning for those who cause it and for those who suffer it. But it doesn't mean I need to do the scandal for my transformation, right? Because I can avoid the problem of the scandal and learn in the same way. I don't need to do that. But when we see the scandal happening, it's not the problem itself here, but it's what's coming after, right? This is the situation that we should think about it. Because the real result of a scandal action that shocks, that can transform, is not lie in the action, but in the repercussion, in the consequence. And this is why we need to think about the scandal at a cycle, right? And we may already have done a lot of that, right? We are not perfect, as we know, but thinking so about that and keep an eye on ourselves, maybe we can break this line. We can break this line and stop this process of and transform ourselves. And then we can be a better person because we are not only taking care of the action today, but also avoiding future ones. And again, in the world we are living in, of trials and expiation, yes, the scandals are necessary because they will be an opportunity. Um, but it's also for us to see, okay, why I'm doing that? How can I change? How can I stop? How can I avoid those inappropriateness actions? And the only remedy for that is doing good. And how do I know that I'm doing good? Because I'm following the teachings of Jesus, right? This is the way we can see the transformation. Well, and then we have this powerful idea saying, if your hands is a cause of scandal, cut it off. Okay, this is a really powerful image, but of course we cannot take it literally, right? But thinking again about the vices and the moral problems, yes, sure, we can cut it off. And how can we cut it off? How can we transform, right? How can we get our vices and cut? Well, the spirits say that it's not that hard. If you guys want to change, if you want to do this transformation, you just need first goodwill, secondly discipline of keeping it. And then you may think, okay, we still have the scandals because we have the guilty. But then I ask you, what if there is no more guilty? What if the world, if all of us can stop doing wrong things, stop doing the scandals, and then we start trying just do the good things? Well, the Spirit said that if such is the case, one might say the evil is necessary, as we know. But if you stop doing that, the wrongdoing, there will not more need of punishment. And then we can consider the humankind transformed into your morality, right? And then what's going to happen? Happiness. We will be all happy because the world will be good. There is no need of scandals or punishment as we all decide to do the good things. One must understand by these words that evil is a consequence of humans' imperfections, and not that there is an obligation for them to commit it. Again, evil, it's ending because our imperfections, it's also ending. That's not gonna happen today, tomorrow, and maybe not in a short future, but that will happen because we are all perfection in potential. And we will reach that perfection. It means we will be close to God as long we decide to act with this goal. Depends on us. He Jesus gave us all the tools we need. He brought the gospel and say, okay, here is all the information you need to do it. But acting is up to us, right? And here's on the question of the Spiritist book, question 967, saying, what does the happiness of good spirits consist of? Yes, because we learned from Emmanuel saying, we will transform, we will get perfect as long our religion will help us to reach that perfection. The religion will make us a better person, right? And make us close to God. And then we will be happy as a good spirits. And what that consists of, right? Well, the spirits answer Allan Kardec with saying that in knowing all things, in feeling no hatred, jealousy, envy, ambition of any of the passions that make people unhappy. The love that unites them is a source of supreme happiness. They do not experience the needs of sufferings, anxieties of material life. They are happy with the good they do. See, we are not there yet, right? But we can have that feeling because the feeling of happiness from the higher experience is related to the good they do. It means if I, as a very low level spirit, right, a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties, very ignorant, if I start doing some good for the people that I know, I will start feeling that same kind of happiness they feel because I'm doing the same kind of steps. And then I ask, do you want to change? Do you want to change for the better? What Jesus say, be perfect, therefore as your heavenly Father is perfect. This is the perfection we can develop, right? Because we will not be like him, absolutely, but we will be as close as possible of him. And we know, again, we know the path because Jesus showed that to us, right? And Leon Denis, the French philosopher, said, no progress is possible without careful observation of oneself. It means if you want to progress, if you want to be perfect as Jesus showed us, you, all of us, right, should stop looking to others and put focus in the observation about ourselves. And he say we must monitor all our impulse actions in order to come to know in which direction we must strive to improve ourselves. Again, this is not that hard. Look, today we are ending, right, our Tuesday. Think about that. How was your day today? You have a nice moments, a bad moments. Trying to note, okay, my day was good, but I have that moment of discussion with a friend, for example. Why that happened? Why I lose my mind with certain circumstances? Then we will be a little bit better than yesterday because you just start seeing things, and then you will develop the discipline of your impressions and emotions, and then use them to improve yourselves. And here we have a formula from St. Augustine also from the Spirit's book when he said, "Do what I used to do when I was living on earth. At the end of each day, I examined my conscience, reviewed what I had done, and asked myself whether or not I had failed to fulfill some duty and whether or not anyone might have had reason to complain about me." Okay, see, keep an eye on yourselves and trying to take notes about that. Every day, St. Augustine developed that action, and these make him a better person because he could see clear his action. And it's funny because he said that make clear questions to yourselves. Because again, we create, right, a perfect image of ourselves, and we don't make the clear questions, right? I'm doing the good. If not, why I'm not doing that, and what I can do tomorrow to change it. Right? Of course, this will not happen right away because it's a process. But the invitation of this today's talking is for us to trying to experience that, put in practice. Let's go beyond than just washing our hands, meaning doing the practice that we are doing every day. Let's do something different. Let's do something from inside out. Then we can transform ourselves. And of course, let's follow Jesus' thoughts. And to finalize this talk today, I want to bring a comment, like a quote from Jesus on John 14:6, saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father except through me." And what Jesus is saying to us, what he's saying through his teachings, through his knowledge. And this is why we are here today, to discuss, to learn about his gospel and the way we can, with our limitations, trying to practice these teachings. Okay, all right. This is my talk for today. I hope you guys have a nice moment, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Rod, for your presentation and reflections on this topic today. And it's a very complex topic, right? It's not that easy to talk about purity, like what exactly does that mean, or morals, right? And I was thinking that nowadays, like the world seems to be so much like what you appears to have or appears to be, right? Like with the internet and social media. So this really kind of messes with like our inner self understanding, like what we actually are, right? So that's really was a really good talk to just think about that, right? That how important is to practice those teachings from the gospel and all the lessons that we are learning through the public meetings as well, right? To kind of evolve, right? It's not easy, like you said, but we need to start practicing so things start to evolve, right?
Yeah, 2000 years ago, Jesus was called our attention about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And today we are living the era of the image, right? With all the social media, the appearance, and we need to, for sure, reflect about that and trying to the way it's possible to be more real
Mm-hmm.
and also transform ourselves through the moral, right? Not only the image only. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard, but
Yeah,
we need to do it.
it's a self work, right? So everyone is
Absolutely.
responsible for your our own self, right? So we have a couple of comments and questions.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Um, First one is from our friend Publio, and he's saying, in the beginning, you said it's very hard to change ourselves. Why this is so hard? I think
That's a
that's
nice.
the million
That's a
dollar
nice.
question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, we are. Well, if you just look for this life, we had a lot of attachments, right? Cultural and the way we do things.
Mm-hmm,
And sometimes we just go in automatic following that without questioning. And this is the first step. But being spiritists, we also know we have past lives. And those lives also build our self, right? And we have a lot of acting habits that we need to change now. This is why it's hard to change. And another, there is no change coming from exterior, right? We need to do it inside out. We need
mm-hmm,
to really believe in that change, then we can do it.
mm-hmm,
I like there is a sentence say, to change a habit, we cannot throw it away from the window. We need to make them go step by step through until the door, right? It's step by step, this changing. It's
mm-hmm,
progressive.
mm-hmm,
At the beginning is hard, as any change we want to do it. But if you keep that discipline, we will reach our goals for sure.
mm-hmm. Nice. Oh, Publio also has some comments. So he says that Michael Jackson has a song, Man in the Mirror, and it's a very special song. And Rio make us think about what you said. In the lyric, Michael Jackson says, I think there is a continuation. Yes. If they want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you want to change the world, we should start changing ourselves for sure, right? And again, I love to have someone doing the evolution for me, right? But we cannot do it. We need to do it by ourselves, the work, and this is the process.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any other comments. Yep, I think that's all for today. But thank you so much for your presentation one more time. And I hope that everyone that is watching or will be watching this talk in the future can learn from us and from your lesson today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now we will move on to the preparation for tonight's spiritual treatment. So, PASS is the transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. PASSes help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with healthy and positive energy. In order to receive the best benefits from passes, please follow the audio instructions or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. And during the pass, the water that you set aside will absorb the spiritual energy that your family and you can benefit from. We will now make a prayer in preparation for the pass, and which will be also our closing prayer. So please join me in this final prayer. Let's close our eyes once again and elevate our thoughts to our Master Jesus and to the friendly spirits that are here with us tonight. Thank you, Lord, for this great talk today. May everyone that is watching us today or in the future starts applying in their daily lives everything that they learn with our friend Rod today and from the gospel. May we receive all the benefit that the spiritual treatment that will start soon for us, for our family. May the water that we set aside be magnetized with all the things, the benefits that we need from ourselves and for our family. We also ask your protection and blessing for the week that we still have ahead, and may you stay with us today and always. So be it.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the moment of the passes and the magnetization of water. Let's now calm our hearts, breathing in and out. Pay attention to your body. Focus on your breath and let yourself be carried by this energy. Let your thoughts pass by without judging them. Let them flow. Allow this light to be the beacon that guides you, and allow these words to penetrate your energy. Make each word an anchor of gratitude, faith, and trust. With the purpose of healing, which takes away my faith, healing every feeling of separation, of pain, let it all dissolve in this moment, leaving only love, gratitude, and trust. We ask God for the presence of our guardian angel and the friendly spirits who welcome us into this enlightened environment of our Spiritist Center. We open our plexus of love and forgiveness by mentalizing a light surrounding our hearts. Find a quiet and comfortable place to begin the mentalization process. Remove all worries from your thoughts. We ask that during the pass you breathe slowly and deeply. Let your body relax and surrender yourself to a deep meditation. Calmly imagine divine energies in soft and colorful light surrounding you in an environment of peace and spiritual warmth. Entrusting God with your most intimate desires, raise your thoughts to Jesus and the emissaries of the spiritual environment. The pass begins with the cleansing of your soul. Imagine a waterfall of crystal clear water pouring over us, removing all the feelings that keep you away from faith and trust. Feel the energy of this water bathing you and deeply breathe in, feeling peace and harmony. Allow this water to wash away all the impurities and spiritual larvae, washing away all the sorrows and resentments, any feelings of hatred and revenge that hold us back and cause us harm, not only from this life, but past ones as well. Now visualize spiritual doctors around you, applying magnetic cleansing passes, sanitizing your spiritual body of all sadness and negative energy. Mentalize these negative thoughts and feelings being washed away, evaporating from your soul, like water evaporating into thin air, and being carried far away from your mind. Surround yourself with the faith that bathes your being, bringing clarity and lucidity, rebalancing every cell in your body. May the water envelop all pain and bring the clarity of opportunity that chooses peace. The answer arises in our hearts, freeing us from all evil and freeing all whom we have caused evil into and who have caused us evil. Washing away all the connections that bind us. Even though we may not understand, we are freeing ourselves from all that causes us harm. Feel this cleansing penetrate your soul and release. Now that we are spiritually cleansed, imagine yourself surrounded by the light of love from the hands of Jesus. At this moment, sing words of faith and gratitude, being faithful to the light that exists in me, planted by the zealous Father. Imagine the sunlight that surrounds and enraptures, freeing us from the chains of everything that holds us down, strengthening your faith. Allow yourself to trust in this light, surrender to it, involved in pleasant feelings and feeling relieved to receive the strengthening lights. Mentalize your spiritual mentors now applying divine light for the strengthening of your mind and your emotions, leaving you feeling emotionally revitalized. Let us now mentalize the magnetization of this water. May we mentalize all the friendly spirits, magnetizing this water and filling it with everything that our bodies, minds, and soul need, so that it may be of help to us when we drink it after the Pass. Thank you, God.
I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will be back next Tuesday here on Spiritism Canada and Continental Concafres America at 8:30 p.m. East, and next Wednesday on Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. East. Have a good night.
Jesus Christ, let us preach the peace, let us preach the love, and this world already wonderful will be much more. Get up, look at the sky, in the earth where the flowers bloom with sunshine. Let's hold our hands and be together on this road. Then we take peace and love and spread it to the world.